Have you ever watched a vampire show, like my favorite, True Blood, right? And you know how vampires can glamour you by, look into my eyes and let me glamour you, right? That's how I felt about these MAGA supporters and weird Republicans supporting Trump. I felt like they were glamored, they were hypnotized, by this lunatic. Well, looks like it not anymore. Listen, has the Republican Party or just the MAGA supporters have they said, "Oh, wait a minute. I draw the line here. I will not support you being a part of this Epstein person." Yes, Epstein is now gone. Um, he unalived himself. Now his co-conspirator is now behind bars, you know. But Epstein, his files are not unalived. They're very much alive. And they're being brought up again. And you know who, the orange person, is connected to him somehow, allegedly. And the MAGA supporters, who usually their favorite thing to do is to gaslight along with him or, you know, deflect, laugh about it, pat him on the back, but not this time. Um, it seems that they're disgusted and they're tired. Even Joe Rogan, one of the biggest Trump supporters, Joe Rogan, the podcast guy, you know, um, he wants to know, hey, what's going on? you know, Release the files. We want to know. Were you connected to this person? Yeah. So, I mean, and then, his right hand wing woman, Bondi, um, you know, uh, says that Bondi can release whatever she thinks is credible on Epstein. Like he's really supportive of releasing the files. Now you know doggone well he told Bondi, listen, if you see anything and you and the DOJ, if y'all see anything with me on it and pictures and me being involved, connected to them, those women or anything connected, nefarious, pull it out and then release it. Now you know doggone well. you know, he kills me acting like he's supporting. Yes, she is to definitely release and be compliant. Yeah, please. Please. I'm going to read this you know, article about this because listen, the chickens have come home to roost. It's about time that his reign of always um, dodging the accountability, um, not being held to a standard. It has to come to an end at some point. Someone needs to wake up. And, you know, it's still baffling that, being convicted of 34 plus felonies and still be able to walk free and run the free world is just crazy to me. And then you are trying to um, change the 14th Amendment and, um, take away people's birthrights and, people that have citizenship like Rosie O'Donnell, who left. She left America to live in Ireland so because she knew that this person who is now our leader was going to wreak havoc. And, he has always had it out for Rosie because she's one of the brave ones that is not going to ride along and get along. She's going to stand up for the rights of women and just children, everyone here, citizens here. And she used to really go after him when she was a co host on The View. And he has really not liked her. I'll say alleged, but we all know the truth. Allegedly, he has not liked her since she was on The View. And he used to really call her out her name, just really childish because what she was saying is the truth. I'm going to read her latest post about him later on in the video. Please click the subscribe button and the bell, and you'll receive notifications letting you know when I drop a video. Under pressure from MAGA supporters, President Donald Trump on Tuesday said Attorney General Pam Bondi should release whatever she thinks is credible on the Jeffrey Epstein case. Trump speaking to reporters as he left the White House and had received a very quick briefing on the Justice Department and FBI review of the Epstein Files. The briefing took place before the release of the DOJ and FBI memo last week. The review found no evidence the deceased financier kept a client list of associates and no further charges are expected. The department also released hours of footage as part of its review, which officials say further confirmed Epstein died by um, unaliving himself. I don't know if I can say the S word on platforms. While in custody in his jail cell in Manhattan in 2019. ABC News' Catherine Falders asked the president what Bondi told him about the review. Specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the files? No, no. She's giving us just a very quick briefing. Trump responded before making baseless claims the files were created by some of his political foes. And in the terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen, and I would say that, these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. Come on. He is so delusional. Obama does not care about him. Obama is a true presidential American. He has integrity and he doesn't care to even look up anything for you. Okay, let's just make that clear. He has not been in office in I don't know how long. These files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden. And we went through years of that with the Russia. He says it 3 times, and the third time, Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through, Trump said. We've gone through years of it, but she's handled it very well. And it's going to be up to her, Trump said of Bondi. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release. Yeah. Whatever. I'm sure she was briefed by you, sir, to not release anything with your name on it. Because there are pictures allegedly of you with this Jeff Epstein. Bondi, when asked about Trump's comments to ABC News, she hadn't yet seen the president's comments, but added that the DOJ and FBI memo speaks for itself. Trump is facing outrage among his MAGA base over the administration handling of the Epstein files. It's also led to some infighting within its administration. Oh, as Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino had fiery confrontation with Bondi over the matter. ABC News reported. Amid calls for her resignation, Bondi said defiantly on Tuesday, I'm going to be here for as long as the president wants me here. And I believe he's made that crystal clear. When asked about the rift between her and Bongino, Bondi said she wouldn't discuss personnel matters. I was with FBI Director Kash Patel all morning, and we are committed to keeping America safe, making America safe. And see, Kash Patel's another crook. He can't be trusted either. Making America safe, working with the incredible partners at the DEA, FBI, ATF, U.S. Marshals to do everything we can to make America safe. That's what we're focused on, she said, as an event at the Drug Enforcement Administration. Late Tuesday, speaking to reporters as he returned from a trip to Pittsburgh, Trump was asked why he thought his supporters have been so interested in the Epstein story when he's urged them to move on. I don't understand it. Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life. I don't understand what the interest or what the fascination is. I really don't, and the credible information has been given, he said. But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. Sir, this man for years SA'd young women and girls, put them at an island to be sold to rich, powerful men like yourself, allegedly. And it doesn't help that your base doesn't like your big and beautiful bill, nor do they like the fact that you are cutting costs to programs for children to be fed. Not only did you cut that program, and I just found this out this morning. I'm so disgusted. Okay, say that let me just humor you. You cut that program along with a lot of other great programs for people that are in need, which is horrible. So you cut it. But what I really see, I can't even get behind that. But what really is disgusting is I found out that you had food, food, and a budget still sitting there to be used for hungry children. Instead of you dispersing that out because it's there, because you're wiping out the program, but the fact that you did not issue out the food to the millions of hungry children is not only despicable, it is cruel. There is so much, I speak about this. There is food insecurity in this country, which is crazy because we're supposed to be the most richest country in the world, right? And there is literally 800 billionaires here. But yet, there are hungry children. And there was still food that was connected to the program that could be dispersed out. Then you close out the program, which you shouldn't do that. But since you gotta be a jerk and close that program, at least release the food. to the children in need. Release it, but you didn't. You know what he did, catchers and my new subscribers? He threw it away. Yes, allegedly, he threw away the food, discarded it. What a sick individual. So he says it's sorted, but it's boring, and I don't understand why it keeps going. He's, oh God, he's such an idiot. Including fake news. Want to keep something like that going, but credible information, let them give it. Anything that's credible, I would say, let them have it. Let me tell you, be careful what you wish for, because everything in that file is credible. All the list of people that are alive and well that had their hand in destroying women's lives. Trump had sought to quiet the revolt over the weekend by posting a lengthy defense of Bondi and urging his administration to focus on other priorities. But the comments continued to pour in, including warnings from some of Trump's top defenders that the issue is not going away and could have consequences in the year's midterm elections. Lara Trump, the president's daughter in law and a Fox News host, told MAGA influencer Benny Johnson on Monday that she believed there did need to be more transparency regarding the administration handling of the Epstein case. Now, this is a family member. Trump asked on Tuesday what he thought about her remarks. The attorney general's handled that very well. She's really done a very good job, Trump said. And I think that when you look at it, you'll understand that. I would like to see that also. But I think the attorney general, the credibility is very important. And you want credible evidence or something like that. And I think the Attorney General has handled it very well. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, some Republican lawmakers expressed interest in Epstein's convicted associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, testifying before Congress. Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri, Republican, said he believed everything on Epstein should be out in the open. Now, this is another Republican. And see, another reason why these Republicans and MAGA supporters want this file open, they want to get rid of it because they know that if this stuff leaks out, and it's mostly Republicans on this list, being a part of the Epstein gross world, it can wreak havoc. They want to clean out the the barn. They want to get it clean before the midterms come. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then some are just, children supporters and female supporters and think this is just disgusting. They're tired of it. They're tired of covering for you, sir. I think we all ought to be out in the open. I'm a big fan of declassifying. I think this isn't technically classified. It's just, close hold for prosecution. But I think we ought to put it all out there. Though Representative Jim Jordan, the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, told ABC News he had total confidence in President Trump and his team regarding the Epstein matter. What do you think? You know, please comment about this. Are you here for it? Because I want to know what's in them files too. Uh huh. He needs to be held. He needs to be held accountable in the worst way. Before I close this video, I want to read. I had to screenshot it because, girl, my Rosie O'Donnell had something to say. Um, the orange man had the audacity to claim that he is going to block her. from entering back in the US. That is so crazy to me. Um, that is just insane. Hold on one. Oh, here it is. Hmm. This is what she said. Because Trump threatens to strip Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship. And this is from my favorite, one of my favorite news source, TMC. Shout out to Harvey. I love him. You call me a threat to humanity, but I'm everything you fear. This is what Rosie said on her social media. A loud woman, a queer woman, a mother who tells the truth, an American who got out of the country before you set it ablaze. You want to revoke my citizenship? Go ahead and try. King Joffrey with the tangerine spray tan. I'm not yours to silence. I never was. And that was Rosie O'Donnell. She plays no games. And yeah, so anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you to my new subscribers that subscribed yesterday. Thank you for going on this journey with me and praying for me. You know, caregiving and working a 9 to 5 is not easy. And I thank you guys for your support and love and hanging in there when I have not, been on here. But I've been consistent lately, but there's been times where, caregiving can be exhausting, but by the God's grace, He gives me strength. And you guys are the reason why I keep going and support me. I love you. Bye.